Go.
Hello, Paul. Hello,
Hey.
Nick. From Double Skin. How's it going?
Good, thanks. How are
Cool.
you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Awesome.
We're here in Nottingham.
Yay, finally.
Rock City.
Rock City.
Get in, Rock City. How are you feeling? What's the vibe kind of like backstage? How is it going?
Pretty excited. This is our first show in Nottingham, and you know it's famous. This place is famous back home. You know, you hear about all these amazing rock gigs in Nottingham and,
Wow.
and a Rock City, and yeah, really cool just to be here. So I think we're all pretty excited. I mean, it's probably gig 17 of the tour.
It's gig 14 of the tour, gig 7 out of 10 for the UK.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Okay.
we've done 5 shows in Germany, and then this would be number 7 in the UK. So it's cruising along.
It's going well.
Yeah, it's fair to say that we're pretty amped to be here, though. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. And so obviously you're from New Zealand as a band. You're based in New Zealand. You've done very well in New Zealand, sort of selling records and things like that. And chart-wise, what's it like coming to another country where maybe you haven't reached number 1 at the top of the charts? So what's that like, kind of bringing music to new people, or do you find that actually you've got a pretty strong fan base wherever you go?
Well, this is what we do. What we're doing right now in the UK and in Germany as well is exactly what we started out doing in New Zealand 4 or 5 years ago. It's just about doing the groundwork and meeting the people face to face and making friends, and we're already starting to see it. This is our 3rd time here now. We've got people who came to the first London shows that we ever did, who are bringing groups of friends every time.
Yeah.
They bring more friends,
Yeah.
and it's just that's kind of just what you have to do, especially in the rock and metal kind of community. Is people appreciate honesty and the face-to-face thing and the physical, because it's such a physical genre of music just in general. Everyone wants to see you live, and so we just figured that that's the way to do it, is just to come here and do the groundwork, and it's starting to pay off.
It's a lot of fun getting to see a beautiful country and getting all around Germany and just playing at all these amazing venues that a lot of our heroes have played in, and walking the streets of Birmingham where heavy metal started. So all that stuff's pretty special to us,
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, I mean, there's a lot of culture attached to,
There is.
I guess, everywhere you go in. So is it like a bit of a holiday? Is it kind of, or is it quite?
Well, don't tell a
working-
manager, but hell yeah. It is. It's so much fun. We're touring with a great bunch of people.
Yeah.
And having fun every night, meeting party people, and you forget that it's a Monday or a Tuesday because you've got a crowd in front of you going off, and every night's a Saturday night. So yeah, it does feel like a bit of a holiday. We don't get a lot of downtime, I'll be honest, but when we can, we'll go out and do a little bit of sightseeing and stuff, and look at cathedrals and ancient castles and stuff like that, because we don't have too many of them back home. So we're trying to fit in what we can, but we're all also totally realistic that we're here to work, So
Yeah.
You get to absorb kind of the culture of each, the vibe of each city and town that we play in through the people that you meet as well. You get a special, unique sort of vibe for each place, each destination. So yeah.
Now, as I mentioned, I didn't mention, but you released an album last year, 2016. That was last year. Yeah, that was last year. That got to number 1 in New Zealand, just like the first one did.
Yeah.
What's it like when you're releasing that and you think, is there like a pressure, something to build up to, especially when you've had such a successful kind of first outing? Is there a kind of thing that you've got to build up to, or this is the music you make and you do not care how it's received?
That's it.
That's how it rolls.
And there were so many people around us going, "Oh, you must be feeling the pressure. It's the difficult second album, or the last one went gold, and number 1."
And you do feel that sometimes, because everyone else is kind of putting it there. You're starting to feel like, oh man, maybe there is a bit of pressure. But at the end of the day, like you said, this is just what we do, and it's organic. We're independent. There was no pressure from labels. There's no, there's no one upstairs, cracking the whip. We got to take our time with the songs, and that's the important part, I think.
Yeah, we got to put out the album we wanted to put out, and we were also confident with it that we went, well, here it is, we're done, and do with it what you will, general public, but we're really happy with it, and pretty stoked that it went to number 1. It's great. And the other thing is, because we're independent back home, that sort of stuff doesn't happen, you know. Especially for rock music, you just do not chart without the record labels doing so. There's a whole lot of record labels, and people running around with their bums like this, twitching a little bit, going, how do they do that, you know? So, and it's like Nick said, it's all down to the groundwork that we've done at home for years and years. So,
well, the other thing is that as far as chart success goes, that's completely out of our hands.
Yeah, of course.
Personally speaking, I'll buy in a copy off iTunes and a copy from the local record store, but it's totally naught to do with us, really. It's just down to the fan base and the support that people are. I'm just stoked that people are still willing to buy physical CDs and still willing to pay for the copy of the album, because it's just so easy to obtain it illegally or for free.
Yeah, of course.
So,
and you know, people telling us, oh, no one sells CDs anymore, but we prove them wrong. You know, it's a pretty special feeling, and I think the hard rock sort of audience is pretty loyal, and they want the physical copies, and if they like your band, they'll buy one for themselves, one for the girlfriend, and one for a mate. You know, so it's been really cool to watch.
No, and that again leads me on to another question, really. Does it say something to you about the genre that you're in? Because it's not mainstream music. It's not music that would stereotypically get into the charts. Why do you think it is? Do you think it is kind of a turning point? Because over the times there's been turning points of genres and musical things like that. Do you think there's maybe an uprising of this? Maybe just in New Zealand, but maybe kind of worldwide. What?
I think really the people that liked hard rock and heavy metal music, that your AC/DC and your Iron Maiden, your Black Sabbath and stuff like that years ago, still like that music. And they're not people that are affected by trends so much. They're a bit more. They want the real deal. They're not sort of, this week I'm into bass hop or whatever, just made that up. Trance music or whatever, we don't. People just appreciate good songs, and they'll be there for that, and they're not going to change their stripes overnight. They'll stay loyal, and I found that especially with the hard rock and heavy metal crowd, they're just loyal, and they're going to stick by you forever. It's a good thing.
I think there's a change. You're talking about like an uprising and a change of what people tend to be driven to listen to. I think the internet has kind of pushed music fans into a place where we're very aware of sales and how much streaming affects bands in positive and in negative ways. And I think there's just so much more of a, I don't want to say personal because it's still through the internet, but there's much more of a personal kind of relationship between the artist and the supporters, that there's really no hiding behind any kind of facade that says, we've sold this many units or whatever. Now anyone can log on and find out exactly how many you sold. It's in every country, every week. And I think people understanding that is kind of driving them to be like, well, actually, no, my dollar counts, or me buying this one CD counts.
It keeps everyone honest, in that respect.
Now, the two answers for this question could be very different because you're from different generations, quite literally, your father and son. Name an artist for you that is sort of an all-time favourite, a real pinnacle of the music that you make and the reason you make it, and the music that you love. One standout musician or singer that is really up there for you as a person, as a musician. And who wants to go first?
I'll let Paul go first.
Okay.
Do you have an answer loaded?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
Tony Iommi, Black Sabbath.
Right.
It's like my favourite band. I'll never ever get sick of them, and I just absolutely love everything that Tony's done, and the way he plays and his feel, and he's just hit that magic note with me. And so for me, that's a pinnacle of greatness,
For me, it's a band called Periphery, and they're one of my favourite bands, but I wouldn't say they are my all-time greatest favourite band ever. They're definitely up there. They definitely changed the way I kind of interpret music, and especially heavy music. But what I love about them is just how open every individual member is to music as an art and as a craft. That they're not the kind of band that say, I'm listening to this metal album this week and next week it's going to be this one. They're all fans of the 1975 and Ed Sheeran and all that kind of stuff, and they'll on their social media, they'll share their friends' bands, and they'll share bands that they genuinely listen to and enjoy, and that to me, I just love it because they're not trying to act like they are above anyone, or that because they're musicians and they have success, that they're in a position where they can kind of feel like they're above people and say, this is what you should be doing, this is what you should be listening to. They're just honest, and they prove that they are just like us. And that's kind of what I like about being in Devilskin as well, is we don't try to be something that we're not. We are fans of music as much as the people who are into our music seem to be. We're we've had a couple of people who have teared up from meeting us back home, and we would react the same way if we met our favourite band. So it's a total understanding thing, and I think, I don't know because I wasn't around, but I think a couple of decades ago, bands were able to kind of act like they weren't fans of other bands or anything like that, and because that kind of looked cool. Not to say that bands particularly did that, but now that everything is so much more open and honest, or it's forced to be so, I really appreciate it when a band can just embrace that, and they're just like, yeah, we're just 6 guys. We just dudes who like music and like playing music and like listening to music, and that's what I appreciate out of any band these days.
It's the passion. It's the passion. If you've got the passion for the music, then it's passion for music, and you've got it. You can't pretend, you can't fake that thing, and I think people realise when they see how passionate you are about your own music, they get it,
They vibe off it.
Yeah, vibe off it. Yeah.
One final question. What is next for Devilskin? So we've got the tour, that's happening now. You had the album last year. Have you got new things in the works?
We've got lots of things coming up.
Have you?
Yeah, we're going to go home and probably make another video, put out another single, and probably going to record a couple of new songs. And then we're back over here in 3 months to play at Download Festival.
Right.
And just before we play Download, we're doing some dates in Ireland. We've never been there before either. We'll be opening up for Airborne.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
okay.
That'll be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we're trying to leave, a little bit free because we want to get back to the States at the end of this year if we can. And we've got another New Zealand tour booked for September, October, I think. So yeah, it's all go. It's full steam ahead.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it.
But you got to be, I think one of the hardest things for bands to achieve